Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Hey guys, 3D Crypto here. Hope everyone's doing well. And guys, in today's video, I'm going to be speaking about the newest addition to the Drip community network, the Drip ecosystem. It's been a long time in the making, but it is finally here. So the developers of Drip network, Forex Shark and BB, they've been producing great platforms, and the latest addition for Drip community is the Manor farm. The Manor farm, as we all know, is a farming protocol designed to support the drip price in every positive way possible. The actual farm, which will have things like farms, pools, all of these things, launch on the 4th of January. So there was a pre-sale of the native layer 1 rev token, which happened roughly about a month ago, and it raised over $1.5 million in less than literally pre-sales were selling out in seconds. But then yeah, on January the 4th, all of these farms are going to go live. All of these pools are going to go live as well, utilizing the rev token, and the public sale for the rev token will be on the 4th of January. But the big news is the drip liberation contract and the drip garden contracts have gone live. These went live a few hours ago. And basically the drip garden is a mining contract. So you go ahead and you put in your tokens. In this case, it will be the drip BUSD LP tokens. And then once you put your LP tokens in there, you earn up to 3% daily back in LP tokens. So your initial investment or your initial stake of LP tokens, they remain within the contract. They are not withdrawable. What you get is a perpetual up to 3% back daily. As we all know, Forex Shark and BB designed Drip to be the next generation of ROI contracts, and the Drip Garden aims to be the next generation in miner contracts. And what they tried to do is they've incentivized and changed the algorithm, so it doesn't matter when you enter, you're still going to be in a level playing field. So obviously getting in early is going to give you a slight advantage, but getting in early into the drip garden compared to other miner contracts, it's going to be not as beneficial, or you're not going to be as penalized if you come in later into the contract, because there is a fertilizer bonus. So the later you come in, or the more LP tokens that are in the contract, your buying power isn't going to be decreased. So to get LP tokens, what you normally do is you would go over to PancakeSwap, and to make the BUSD drip token LP token, you would put equal parts of BUSD and equal parts of the drip token. So if you don't see the drip token in PancakeSwap, you can head on over to BSC Scan, and that's where you can get the official verified contract token address, and you can paste that into PancakeSwap and import the drip token into PancakeSwap, so you can add it as liquidity. So if we were to put, for example, into the liquidity, say 1,000 BUSD, you would also need to pair that up with $1,000 worth of drip, which in this case is about 13.7 drip. And you would go ahead and make your LP token. But obviously, as we all know, the drip token is designed so any action has a 10% tax. And that's where the drip liberation contract comes to alleviate that 10% tax. The drip liberation contract was designed so it will allow farmers to add drip and BUSD liquidity to PancakeSwap without paying the 10% transaction fee. So if you go to Drip Network and you go to the swap page, every action that you perform with the drip token incurs a 10% fee, apart from buying from the native exchange. So if you were to purchase drip token on PancakeSwap, it would be with a 10% tax. If you were to buy it on the swap page, the native DEX, there would be no fee. So in this way, if you look at the fact that if you try making liquidity on PancakeSwap, you're going to be hit with a 10% tax. That's not the case with the drip liberation contract. The drip liberation contract basically lets you send BUSD, and the contract in the background will get that BUSD, split it in half, half of it will be kept as BUSD, and the other half will allow you to purchase drip, the appropriate amount of drip. Hence, you now have your LP tokens that you can put into the drip garden. So you can see down here, if you put in 10 BUSD, it's going to say, yep, we're going to, first, once you've enabled the liberation contract, obviously, because obviously this is a smart contract, so you've got to enable everything through MetaMask on the Binance Smart Chain. But once you have enabled BUSD, which should happen fairly quickly, you'll be able to go ahead and now liberate your drip, which basically means make your own LP tokens. So you don't have to put drip in here, it's just solely BUSD. So I'll put in, for example, 10 BUSD. So if I go ahead and max this out and say 10 BUSD, and if I hit the supply button on this, it will basically let you know how much LP tokens you're going to get in return. So for 10 of these, I'm going to get 0.335857 LP tokens. So these are BUSD drip pool. And how it's divided it up is 50% of it, so $5 is going to be BUSD, and the other $5 is going to be the drip token. Both of them combined, that's what gives you the LP token. So obviously, if you would do this whole thing on PancakeSwap, you would do it by having equal amounts of drip and BUSD, but once you make the LP token, you would have been hit with a 10% tax, which obviously the whole ecosystem on the drip network is sustainable because of this taxation system. This is an incentive for people to get into the drip liberation contract, make those LP tokens, and get into the drip garden. So obviously, you can see down here the liquidity is a native liquidity on PancakeSwap, but you just bypass the 10% fee because you've gone through the liberation contract. Now you have your LP token, now you can enter the drip garden, which is basically the miner contract, and from here you can go ahead and buy plants. So your LP tokens will yield you plants. For example, if I was to put in 100 LP tokens, I would get 400 and just over 412 plants. These plants yield you seeds. Seeds are basically more LP tokens. With those LP tokens, there's a couple of options you have. You can harvest them, which basically means you can go ahead and get your LP tokens, remove liquidity, and then you have equal parts of drip and BUSD to do with whatever you feel like. Or you can compound, which is the strategy I am going for, and the strategy a lot of people within drip and the Manor farm are going for. So when you compound, what happens is all your available seed will be transferred. So in this example, I had 2.23 LP tokens. They will be transferred into plants, and now you can see I have 227 plants. So my plant to seed ratio is now increasing. My plants are producing more seeds. So the more plants you have, the more seeds you have. So it's very similar to miner contracts, but obviously bear in mind the terminology is plants and seeds rather than miners. But it's the same concept, and obviously in the same way you can go ahead and buy more plants by adding BUSD to the liberation contract, getting your LP tokens from the liberation contract, and then putting them into the drip garden. And all of this stuff happens on the smart contract. It's all on chain, everything's easily tracked, and you can see now I've got 228 plants that are going to be yielding me seeds, and these seeds are going to be yielded by the second. So every second I'm earning more LP tokens, and then it's up to me what I do with these LP tokens. I can compound them, increase my plant holdings to get more seeds, and once I'm comfortable, I can build a strategy up where maybe 4 days I compound, and then 1 day I harvest. One day I'll take my profit, I'll take my LP tokens, split them. I may even split my LP tokens, keep the BUSD part and the drip part, put back into the drip faucet. So there's lots of different strategies you can play with the drip garden. And obviously until the farms do launch on the 4th of January, we do have a good 14-15 days before that happens. It's a very good way to put any capital, any BUSD to work. And the great thing is, because of the drip garden's tokenomics and the way the contract is designed, it doesn't matter when you get in. It's not one of those traditional miner contracts where if you're not in within the first hour, you're not going to ROI, you're not going to get the best returns. This contract is not designed in that way. This contract is giving everyone a level playing field. You look at the fertilizer bonuses, you can see the longer you're in it, and the better you're going to get a rate. So it's a very fair contract. And bear in mind, everything on the Manor farm, the farms, the pools, the liberation contract, the drip garden is all designed to lock up supply of drip. This whole platform, the whole Manor farm platform, is designed to support drip. Drip is kind of like the main feature, and the Manor farm is just supporting drip. And you can see this with the drip price. So everything you see here, the pre-sale that happened, the farms, the pools, the liberation contract, the drip garden, everything is designed to lock up as much drip as possible. So the supply gets very low. And as we know, as the supply decreases, the price increases. And that's the name of the game. That is what drip is all about. We zoom out on the chart and have a look. You can see down there, the drip price was very healthy anyway. We were at the $60, $70 mark. And then obviously before the launch, some people sold drip to get BUSD, to get to a liberation contract without a 10% fee. And then obviously when we launched, the price of drip skyrocketed. It went to almost $100. And I did predict that we are going to hit $100. And some people with larger holdings of drip, there was only a few people, they sold all at once. So it brought the price down. As is expected, people do take profits. And then it started rising back up again. And the supply, again, it is decreasing. Every time people make LP tokens, every time people put LP tokens into the drip garden, the supply keeps decreasing. And when the supply keeps decreasing, as I've always said, the price will increase. And I've predicted this long ago, almost 5 months ago. I made a video about drip going to $100, and yeah, drip is going to $100 and beyond. And why is this happening? Because the drip supply is decreasing. As the drip supply decreases, the price increases. And now the great thing is, because we have the LP token pegged to BUSD rather than BNB, the drip token has decoupled from the market now. It's its own entity. So even though the markets are all red, Bitcoin is down, Ethereum is down, BNB is down. You look at the Binance coin, you look at the volatility within the Binance coin, and you look at it, we were up at $600, we jumped down to $520, we're everywhere. And you can see all tokens that are pegged to BNB solely, like the Cake token, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to be erratic. BNB is down, Cake is down. If BNB is up, Cake is up. So it's very closely linked. What Drip does, especially now it's decoupled from the market, is it's become its own entity. And as you can see, BNB is down, Drip is rising. We have the Drip Garden contract go live, and now we're at $100. So you can see we are only getting further and further decoupled from the traditional crypto markets. So we've got this deep liquidity in BUSD and BNB. CoinMarketCap can now pull up all these stats because everything that Drip Liberation contract does reflects through PancakeSwap.
So what this basically means is the Liberation contract will go around all the decentralized exchanges looking for the best possible price to buy drip at. It looks for arbitraging opportunities. Therefore, when you put in your BUSD into the Liberation contract, you're going to get in return the best possible LP token value. So it will look for the cheapest drip and it'll pair it up with your BUSD, and then you have your LP token that you can go ahead and place within the drip garden. So obviously the best source of information for anything Manor Farm related or anything drip related would be the telegrams. So the best thing is join the telegrams. All the links will be down below. The great thing is the lead dev Forex is very active. He gives all the information regarding the launches. There will be countdowns for when the actual Manor Farm launches on January the 4th. There will be a public sale of more of the Rev tokens. The Manor Farm will have a layer 1 period for 14 days, and then we will migrate to a layer 2. But obviously the Telegram is the best place to go ahead and find out. So I'll leave all the links for the Telegram and the Twitter page down below, so you'll be up to date of all the events that are coming in the foreseeable future. And all of these events, all of these updates are all designed to do one thing, and that is support the price of drip. And it's and you can see just from day one there was $8 million plus put into drip in one day. And that means how much drip was taken out of circulation, turned into LP tokens, and then thrown into the drip garden. So there was all-time highs on PancakeSwap. Obviously, PancakeSwap is where most people watch the price. There's a deep liquidity pool decoupled away from BNB. And what you have now is a situation where the price is going to harden. So whatever price you see here is only going to harden, and it will start increasing as more and more LP tokens are locked up in the drip garden. You can see here the price now is on coin market cap as well, the correct price. Before, it used to pull up the price from PancakeSwap, and because there wasn't enough liquidity and there wasn't enough activity on PancakeSwap, you'd always get the incorrect prices. But now that you can see it pulls up the correct liquidity pools, you can see the volume is over $1 million on PancakeSwap in one day. So once you have that volume, once you have that activity, you'll get the right price. So saying all that, why should you even get in the Manor farm? Why should you get into the drip liberation contract? Well, ultimately, it's to support the drip price. So if you're in drip, you should be in the Manor farm, you should be in the liberation contract, and you should be in the drip garden. If you're not, then you should join drip. So the first thing you need to do is head on over to drip.community, hit the faucet, and you'll be faced with a page like this. Everything will be zeroed out because obviously you haven't started your account. So the first thing you will have to do is get a buddy. So there will be an address that you have to enter. Without entering a buddy address or a team address, you're not going to get in. So I will leave my buddy address down below, but basically you would go ahead and paste it and hit update, and then you're ready to go. The good thing about joining the 3D crypto team is that you will automatically get 2.5% cashback of every deposit and roll that you do, as well as support from myself personally. So if you're part of my team, just hit me up on Telegram or on Twitter or on Instagram and say, hey, I'm part of your team, I'm having this problem, or I want to discuss some strategies with you. And obviously I will do my best to help you guys out in any way. Same way, if you've got any technical difficulties or just anything crypto related, you want any advice about bringing in, say, Ethereum to BNB, I'll be more than happy to help you guys out because you're part of the 3D crypto team. Also, once you're in the faucet, you'll get a couple of options. The first thing you need to do is deposit. So you have to get some drip. The best place to get drip is from the native exchange. Why? Because you won't be hit with the 10% fee. If you try buying drip on PancakeSwap, however much you purchase will be taxed by 10%, and those taxes are what makes this whole platform sustainable. So buy it on the native exchange. Once you have it, head on over to the faucet page and deposit and hit the deposit button. So the minimum is 1 drip. I would say do 10 drip. 10 drip is a good amount because you will start earning a good return on a daily basis, and you can very quickly compound your way up, and quicker than you know, you're going to be in a situation where you're making a very, very good daily amount of drip. And then obviously drip goes up, you cash out to BNB, BNB goes up, so you've got twofold gains. Basically you've got drip gains and you've got BNB gains, and then obviously when BNB goes slightly down or dumps or has a slight dump during this period, you're still comfortable knowing that you've got that BUSD and a drip liquidity that is going to keep that support up. So the drip liberation contract is live. The drip garden contract is live. I will leave all the links down below how to get in. Don't think you're too late to get in. The great thing about compounding and rolling in both the drip garden and the drip faucet is that you can very quickly catch up if you just compound. Compounding and fresh deposits, you can very quickly, in a few days, a few weeks, you'll be able to get a very healthy account. And now, look, all the crypto markets are looking red. Bitcoin's down, Ethereum's down, BNB's down. Drip is the only asset going up. It is the #1 asset class in crypto that I have seen for a long, long time. It has literally changed hundreds of people's lives, if not thousands, and you could be the next person to basically make life-changing gains. So guys, that's my video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. enjoyed it, please do hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified of the latest updates. As always, any questions you want to ask me, please do leave them down below. If you want to get into the drip contract, the drip faucet, liberation contract, or the drip garden, all the links will be down below. So guys, that's it for today's video. The main thing to take away from this is you're not too late. You're not too late for drip, and you're definitely not too late for the drip garden. So guys, as I always say, you work hard for your crypto, make that crypto work hard for you. And until my next video, take care.